Hey YouTube subscribers, how y'all doing tonight? It's your boy MG5 back again with another video. And hey y'all, tonight we got to talk about the fight game. And there's a big pay-per-view tomorrow night. And yes, I'm talking about UFC 288. It's going down. Cejudo versus Sterling. I can't wait for this one, y'all. This is a good little card right here. It is some cool little fights. Honestly, I'm going to be real. I feel like the co-main event and the main event carry the card. And that's what I really want to talk about. But hey, I'm also going to give my thoughts, and give my final fight predictions on the other fights. You already know how we do it around here. But hey, let's get straight into it, y'all. Let's get straight into it. I can't wait for these fights tomorrow night live in New Jersey. It's going down, y'all. It's going down. It's going down. Sterling versus Cejudo, man, for the bantamweight title of the world. So with that being said, and we have a banger with the co-main event, Belal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. Ugh, come on, man. That's fireworks right there. That's fireworks. So let's get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? The opening bout, we have a featherweight bout between Kron Gracie versus Charles Jourdain. And hey, y'all, I do apologize if I mispronounce their names. It's going to happen. I'm going to try my best. It's pretty tough. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, we have the classic matchup between, the grappler and the striker, Gracie versus Jourdain. Jourdain is the favorite to win the fight, but I think I'm going to go with the underdog on this one. I'm going to go with Gracie. I believe he can get this fight to the ground and he will submit Charles in the second round. I'm going to go with the choke, a rear naked choke. I think he may get the back and he could probably cause a little bit of damage, but we'll see, we'll see. It's a classic matchup. If the fight stays on the feet, we already know what's going to happen. But I got Gracie with this one, y'all. Second round submission. And moving on to the second bout on the card, we have another featherweight bout between Movsar Evloev versus Diego Lopes. I believe Diego is stepping up. I believe he's on short notice. So, respect to him. But I do think Movsar will win this fight. I'm thinking it'll be a unanimous decision. I don't know if we'll get a finish in this one. I know Diego's pretty gamed. He's pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? He's been around the block before. So I don't think Movsar will finish him. But I do believe Movsar will win. And Movsar is the favorite. The heavy favorite with the betting odds. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Movsar. Unanimous decision, y'all. Unanimous decision. And then moving on to the third bout, we have a women's strawweight bout between Jessica Andrade versus Yan Xiaonan. My bad if I tried my best to say that, man. I really did. My bad. But, Jessica Andrade versus Yan, this is a cool little fight right here. And, I'm going to be real. It's like, I believe like my third time seeing Jessica Andrade fight this year, maybe, or, she's been fighting. She's been active. But, she is the favorite to win this one. But I think I'm going to go with the underdog. I think I'm going to go with the underdog. And I do believe, Yan Xiaonan will get the job done. You know what I mean? And hopefully, I tried my best to really pronounce her name. I truly do apologize. I truly do apologize, y'all. But I'm gonna go with the upset on this one. I'm gonna go with Yan on this one. I believe she will get the job done versus Jessica Andrade. And I think a finish will happen. A third round TKO. Or maybe a second round finish. We will see. But I'm going to go with the underdog on this one. A third round TKO. So we will see what happens, y'all. We will see what happens. But, let's get straight into it. The main matchups, the main fights on the card. This one is a banger right here. Belal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns. Belal, remember the name Muhammad versus Gilbert Durino Burns. I can't wait for this fight, man. I can't wait for this fight. The welterweight division is actually one of my favorite divisions to watch. Nothing but killers. Kamaru Usman is my favorite fighter. Shout out to the former champ, you know what I mean? The Nigerian Nightmare. But anyways, I love this weight class. I love 170 and the fights that happen there. And this is a banger. The winner of this fight will get a title shot. And we will see what happens, y'all. Apparently, they do have history. Muhammad and Burns, they trained together before. And, apparently they grappled. And it was about even. No one had the edge or had the advantage over, the other person. So, they're definitely about even. I think they respect each other. Muhammad respects Burns' jiu-jitsu. And, of course, Burns respects Muhammad's wrestling. So, it's going to be a good fight. It could really come down to the feet. You know what I'm saying? I think Gilbert Burns, everyone knows about him. He has power in his hands, and he will go to war. I think with Muhammad, he's more about like the footwork, and he's a little bit more tactical with his strikes on his feet. But this is going to be a great fight. You know what I mean? I think Muhammad is going to use more of his footwork and his angles to try to hurt Gilbert Burns. And, he might try to use the jab. I noticed Burns, he does get hurt by, straights, jabs and straights. That's the punches that land the most on him, and he does get hurt by them. So I do think Muhammad may try to do that and use his footwork and his angles. I don't know if he's going to try to wrestle. Maybe he will mix it up, but I think when he hurts Burns, if he hurts Burns, then he will try to wrestle. And I think for Burns, I think he's going to mix it up. I don't think he's going to be afraid to go to the ground, but he's going to let his hands go. We all know about Gilbert Burns, man. He can throw them things. He got dynamite in both hands, and he can throw them things. And one thing about Bilal Muhammad, he does get hurt by the hooks. And, Gilbert Burns does have a deadly hook and an overhand right. So this is a great fight, a great matchup. I feel like it's a true 50-50 bout. For Gilbert Burns, he just got done fighting Jorge Masvidal last month. Not even last month, like less than a month ago. You know what I mean? And now he's on another pay-per-view, co-main event. So I think for Burns, he's trying to prove to everyone that he is that guy. He's not afraid to fight nobody. Whatever contract you send him, he will sign it and he will fight. I mean, he was the only one that wanted to fight Chimaev in the top 10. Out of all the guys in the top 10, he was the one that told Chimaev, let's go to war. So I have respect for Gilbert Burns. And as soon as Dana White said, hey, do you want to fight on this pay-per-view? As soon as he gave Burns this opportunity, Burns took it, said no problem. So, I do respect Burns. He's a true fighter, a true warrior. And, all of the MMA fans should respect a guy like that. But for Bilal Muhammad, he finally gets his opportunity and his chance to prove himself as that number one contender, as that guy that he's been talking about. He's been saying that the big names kind of been avoiding him. I know he's been calling out Kobe Covington. A lot of guys been calling out Kobe, So we'll see what's up with Bilal. I have heard that he did wanted to make this a catchweight bout. I believe he has a cut like 44 pounds. Well, he did make the weight cut, so he did make it. But, he had to cut 44 pounds for this one, and he wanted to have a catchweight bout. But Gilbert Burns is like, nah, man, we're fighting at 170, So for Bilal Muhammad, if the weight cut bothers him, that could be an issue going into this war, because it will be a war. When it comes to the gas tank, I think Muhammad does have a better gas tank than Gilbert Burns, but we've seen Burns in a war before. He is tough to finish. I don't really remember him getting finished by anybody besides Kamaru Usman, but I don't know. That's when Usman was on that title run, so that was a different type of cat right there. We'll see. I don't know if Muhammad... I don't know if I can give him the gas tank advantage because of that big weight cut, So we'll see. I think for Gilbert Burns, you want to start early in this fight and you really want to test that cardio. But if Muhammad is on point, then he will probably hurt Burns late. So we will see how this fight goes. I feel like if Burns causes damage early, like in the second, third round, then I think he will win this fight, possibly by finishing Muhammad. But if Muhammad can withstand the storm early and take it to the deep waters, then I believe he will hurt Burns late and probably pick up a split decision win or possibly a late stoppage. But I'm going to go with Gilbert Burns by split decision. I don't know if we're going to get a stoppage in this one. I think both guys have too much heart. Both guys are real. Both guys are elite. But it is 5 rounds. It's hard to see these guys going 5 rounds. But we will see. I think we're going to get a great fight. I'm going to go with Gilbert Burns. And we could get a 3rd round stoppage. I don't know. We could get a 3rd round stoppage. But I'm going to go by split decision. And, that leaves us with the main event, y'all. The champion, Aljamain Sterling, taking on the former champion, Henry Cejudo. Not only that, the former double champion, he was a double. No, I'm just playing with y'all. But he was a double champ, you know what I mean? He was a double champ, and he never lost his belts. He retired on top, and now he's back again. And we gonna see, you know what I'm saying? I think there's true greatness on the line for both fighters. For Cejudo, he's always been a winner, no matter where he's been at, high school, college, the Olympics. He's always been a winner, man. He's won a gold medal, a double champion in the UFC, and the guy's beating the best. You know what I mean? The guy's beating the best. You look at his resume, he's beaten the best at that weight class, at that division, and now he wants Aljamain Sterling. And if he can beat the champion who's in his prime, if he can beat Aljamain Sterling who's in his prime, wow. That will just show what type of level Henry Cejudo really is on. All the great fighters do go to him for training and for advice. I think Cejudo's IQ is on a different level. The way he game plans, the way he preps, everything about him is strategic. And I think, he's very competitive from that standpoint. Also, he's very competitive in the octagon. You know what I mean? I think that's something that a lot of people overlook. Like, you can be more skilled than this guy, but he can just if he's a real competitor, man. He can outcompete you. You can be more skilled than Cejudo, but he will outcompete you. And he knows how to win. At the end of the day, he knows how to win. But he is dealing with the prime Aljamain Sterling. Look at the run that Sterling has had. Look at the guys that he has beaten. You know what I mean? Adding someone like Cejudo to his resume will probably put Sterling in the greatest bantamweight. It'll put him in that conversation as one of the greatest bantamweights of all time. It'll put him in that type of conversation. So, we'll see. I do believe both these guys, they're both good wrestlers, both great wrestlers, but they both kind of do it in different, you know what I mean? I feel like Cejudo is a little bit more aggressive with his wrestling, and Aljamain, he's just looking to be the human backpack. He wants to take your back, and you already know once he does that, gets his legs wrapped around you and his arms, it's over, it's a wrap, the fight's done. So, that's what Aljamain Sterling really wants to do in this one. And, we will see. I believe both of them have good footwork. Sterling's footwork is more like playing tag, staying on the outside, like I'm going to hit you and you can't hit me. And I feel like Cejudo's footwork is more strategic. He has the best in and out movement. He can get in and get out real quick. His combinations are different from other fighters. It is a little bit more different, especially when he's going in. And the way he creates his angles. And, like I said, I feel like he's more aggressive with his wrestling. And he's looking to stop Sterling within 3 rounds. So, we will see if that will happen. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like for Cejudo, this will be tough because me personally, I feel like as a fighter, you only have one prime and you only have one run. So for him to come out of retirement and after enjoying that good life and then to come back and try to fight the champion, you know what I mean? To fight one of the best guys in the world, that's tough right there, but that's true greatness. And I feel like for Sterling, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he gets enough respect. And if he can finish Cejudo or dominate Cejudo, then there would be nothing but respect, for Aljamain Sterling. You know, as far as the gas tank, I think I'm going to give that advantage to Sterling. You know, I think the longer the fight goes, it will favor him. That's why Cejudo is saying he's going to get the job done, you know, within 3 rounds. I think he knows he does not want this fight going to championship rounds because he probably knows that he's not in the best shape. But we will see, y'all. This is going to be a banger, you know, a classic. And I do think it's going to go to championship rounds. I think we're going to get an all-time war. You know what I mean? It's going to be tough for Aljamain Sterling because of the mind games that Cejudo plays. And, you know, he's a competitor, man. He's a competitor, you know. So he's going to compete no matter what. Even when they're both tired, he's going to compete. So we're going to see. I do believe Sterling has the heart for it. And I do believe he will win this fight. I'm going to go with the 5th round finish by Aljamain Sterling. I'm going to go with a choke. You know, I think he's going to choke him out. He's going to make Cejudo tap out. You know, I think Cejudo is going to start off great, but I think Sterling's heart, and I do think Cejudo is underestimating Sterling, man. And I just think it's Sterling's time. You know, in the fight game, everyone has their time, and I think it's Aljamain Sterling's time, and he will prove the doubters wrong tomorrow night. I got Aljamain Sterling, a 5th round finish, and still. But anyways, y'all, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what y'all think and who y'all got winning the fights tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in. And until next time, y'all. Until next time.